Joe this weekend. So he probably got some tips from Alex.
Happy birthday, Lord of Atlantis.
Yes, he does. He has the Happy Birthday, Lord of Atlantis. So he's going to try to get that in play if he has an opportunity.
He'll mulligan aggressively.
Yeah, mulligan aggressively to a Lord of Atlantis that says Happy Birthday in marker over top of it. The story behind that is somebody ended up with it in a collection, and it's gotten traded through our play group, and Joe ended up with it at this point, and it's always a big gag when the big gag when somebody plays Lord of Atlantis. It's just like Happy Birthday on the table. So now he's playing Merfolk again. Probably had some tips from Alex Bertoncini this weekend since they stayed together. Alex stayed with them. Travis is playing Black-White Discard. Now he actually has talked to Joe Bernal about this because this was Joe Bernal's list from some recent events, and Travis has been communicating a bit with him to get some tips on this. So both of these guys having some help from the masters.
Yeah, the Joe Bernal list, I think he first premiered it in Louisville, Kentucky, and he top 8'd that event. And that event actually had a couple Black-White decks in the top 8. Caleb made top 8 also. His version had Phyrexian Obliterator, I believe. But yeah, I really like Joe Bernal's list. Bitter Blossom has incredible synergy with the Stoneforge Mystic. So excited about seeing how that goes.
So, both players taking a look at their openers, and Joe goes to Paris. Big Head Joe there. No last name, just Big Head Joe. He usually likes that as one word, but if you want to put it that way, you can leave Travis Hunt as 2 words. Travis looks like he is happy with his opener. All right, so now just taking a look at the lists here. Joe has an interesting inclusion, which he showed me earlier in the tournament. He has a one-of copy of Phyrexian Metamorph. Now, I don't think that's going to be a surprise for Travis, because Travis is his roommate, and he probably showed it to him too, but it'll be interesting to see how that affects his play here. So.
Hello, everyone.
Joined in the booth by Glenn Jones, filling in for JBL for a moment.
So we have
basically Black-White Discard.
Yeah, kind of against Merfolk here.
Yep. Both of these guys. Travis has actually been. This is Travis is Joe's roommate. I don't know if you knew that, but
I heard that.
Yeah. So Travis leads off with a turn 1 Sensei's Divining Top, and Joe has the Mental Misstep. So these guys have obviously played this matchup plenty of times.
Probably several, yeah.
Joe leads with an island and passes.
Travis has a fair number of lands. I think there's like 3 in his hand, at least.
Yeah, I think so too.
Dark Confidant, hoping to solve those spell light woes.
Yeah, Bob will definitely help him dig back into the game, or dig into the game. It resolves, and Joe has a turn 2. Lord of Atlantis, Happy Birthday. There it is.
Quite excited.
That's been in our play group for a long time. It's just been going around.
Whiteboarded though. Oh.
Yeah, whiteboarded. But, we don't even know how it got that Happy Birthday on there. Like somebody got it, and it already was.
Not. Oh, that's
we don't
funny.
know. It ended up in somebody's collection, and it just was so funny that he decided he wanted to play it in his Legacy deck.
Huh.
So Travis
revealed a Bitter Blossom.
Yeah, got a Bitter Blossom.
I imagine he's going to play it along with a Thoughtseize, although that's a lot of life lost this turn.
Yeah.
He'll definitely be on a clock, so to speak.
Yeah, so fetch down to 17 life. Gets a scrubland, or wait, yeah.
Yep.
Again, I'm scrubland is black, white, right?
Yeah.
Always doubting myself with those lands. I always play the blue duels. That's
lead the Thoughtseize.
So Thoughtseize.
I think we probably want to take Adept here, to be totally honest. What is that?
He's got Force Adept and Phyrexian Metamorph, a one of kind of
I'm very surprised Joe didn't lead with Adept on the previous turn, actually. That seems like a much better choice.
Yeah. I think he's just so excited to play Happy Birthday.
I would believe it.
Travis was tapped out.
I mean, imagine if that had been thought seized. What a heartbreaker.
Yeah. I don't know if Travis would have done it to him. I think he would have just said, okay, you can keep Happy Birthday in your hand. Swords away the Happy Birthday. You got it on camera. Now I'm dealing with it. So Joe says, all right, I'm not going to force of will the swords to plowshares. Although he did look like he considered it for a second.
Definitely thought about it.
Yeah. Bob gets in for 2, and Joe top decks Aether Vial. That'll
so not very good with his no creatures.
Yeah. So he taps 3 for Phyrexian Metamorph. Yeah, he says, I'm going to dig back into this game too. Yeah. You're going to make me discard cards. I'm going to draw some. So.
Oh, let's hope he dodges those Force of Wills.
Right. At least he has 1 in hand now. So.
Stoneforge Mystic. Retro.
Travis hits Stoneforge Mystic off of that Dark Confidant and goes down to 13. And there's the Bitter Blossom.
Yep. Resolves and Stoneforge.
Yeah, he can't counter that. Can't force it. No blue spell.
Travis doesn't know that.
Right, exactly.
He's probably thinking, bait here, you know.
Yeah, so Bob looking like he wants to. He's getting itchy, but
I think you definitely are willing to trade in this spot. Like, you know your opponent has very little going on.
Yeah. And Joe says, "No, I'll take the hit."
Wow, he passed without playing the Stoneforge.
Huh? He must be fearing the counterspell.
I mean, obviously he feared a blue card, but a blue card is fine here. You just trade your Stoneforge for their hand, and then the Confidant. Like, they're all in on just digging out with Confidant. So, I think I like just dropping out our Stoneforge there.
Is Travis? Does he have 2 Stoneforges in hand? No, I don't think.
If he did, then he definitely should have dropped out.
Yeah,
that
there's
one.
no reason not to drop the.
He shouldn't have played a Bitter Blossom. He should have just played 2 Stoneforge.
How many equipment does he have? He's got Sword of Fire and Ice, Umezawa's Jite, plenty of equipment.
School.
He's playing Batterskull in Legacy?
I know.
Wow.
It's crazy. That card's like barely good enough for Type 2, right?
Right. I mean, it's not even good enough for Type 2 in July.
I bet next, I'm going to make a prediction. We won't even see any Batterskulls in the top 8 in 3 weeks' time, I bet.
That's an interesting
Card's just
prediction.
not good.
So, Joe hits an Aether Vial.
And he immediately sacks his fairy to Cabal Therapy.
Yeah.
I imagine he's going to get the Force of Will, and now he'll see that there are no... Well, I guess he'll see there's a Coral card, but again, I'd be perfectly fine with that trade.
Right on, yeah.
I imagine we're naming Force of Will here if this...
Yeah, did he cast the Cabal Therapy?
He discarded the fairy token, so I believe that is... Like, he cast it... Or, I don't even know why he discarded the fairy token, actually. What's going on? Oh, he's
they're
giving
him
a fairy.
There we go. It's a big head Joe token right there.
It's like, I imagine we were going to name Force of Will and then whatever other card is, but...
That's what it was. Yeah, he was just
Yeah,
getting it off
I know
Bob
he revealed it, but I'm relatively certain he's going to cast it, considering it's currently the only spell in his hand other than Stoneforge Mystic.
Right. He's losing some life here because he loses a life from the Bitter Blossom, loses a life from the Cabal Therapy. I think that's what it was.
Another Bitter Blossom. That's big blank, big blank.
I think he has
Therapy.
So there's the Cabal Therapy and
naming Force.
It says here's my hand and there's the Force. Cabal Therapy probably should go to the
imagine
graveyard.
we're going to Wasteland the Mutavault maybe.
Yeah, seems decent.
Nope.
So,
okay.
No, he's
just
just going to get rid of his threats. So yeah, you can keep an Aether Vial.
Yeah, I think we Stoneforge, and I believe that is a foil Wasteland, right?
Yeah, it is. It's the Judge promo Wasteland. Travis is a huge foil junkie, and
this game looks pretty much all but over for the Merfolk player. We're going to find ourselves a Batterskull here, I imagine, unless he wants Sword of Fire and Ice.
He wants to make sure.
But it's
we
dead.
know. We got
Sword
it.
of Fire and Ice. Interesting. I think I would prefer the Batterskull with our Confidant and Bitter Blossom rolling. That's like one of the few ways we might randomly lose this game.
Yeah, I mean, if he does have a... I don't think he has a second Stoneforge, though, now that I've seen his hand a little bit more. But I guess he's thinking Pro Blue, and I'm drawing some cards and doing some more damage. I don't think it's
the thing is, I don't know if he necessarily remembers that guy's black. Like, he's going to get the chump.
Oh, right on, yeah. That's true.
That Metamorph is not a blue creature.
Unless he puts it on a Bitter Blossom token. Fairy
sword
token,
will
but he's got
function
another
as-
couple turns for that, yeah.
Like a 4-mana Lightning Bolt next turn, basically.
So now he offers to trade the Bob again, and
Decline.
Joe decides he wants to keep his copy.
Yeah. I actually would probably... I don't know. I don't think you can trade because you're really far behind her, but if he trades, he doesn't have to worry about sword hitting him next turn also.
Yeah, so he gets a Muter Vault off that Bob, and a Daze. So still
Nothing.
not really what Joe wants here. Joe's a little...
I guess now he
threat light.
will be able to team block if he really wants to, but
Yeah,
no, he's just going to
go to
pack
game two,
instead.
yeah.
I'd let that Confidant ride out. You don't have to hit that well to kill him before he can kill you. On
That's true, yeah.
10 life and a Mutavault, you can block that sword twice. And if he just hits like Vindicate,
Right.
like then any spell kills him.
So yeah,
Oh, he has Elspeth even. Or he didn't get his Batter Skull. He could have just hit a Batter
Right, he
Skull.
could have hit a
Yeah,
Batter
that-
Skull off of that. So
We scooped
yeah.
that one a little early.
He definitely had an opportunity to let Dark Confidant kill Travis there, but it was definitely kind of dependent on the top of Travis's deck, and I guess he just wanted to actually play some Magic rather than watch Travis play. So for sideboarding here, well, let's look at Travis's list. Travis has Duress, Swords to Plowshares, Bitter Blossom, Tidehollow Scholar, Elspeth, Knight Errant, Phyrexian Revoker, Nile Spellbomb, Relic of Progenitus, Tormod's Crypt, and Extirpate. So those last several cards are not likely to come in.
I imagine we'll see the Revokers and the Swords for sure.
I think the Swords for sure. The Revoker seems decent just to stop the Ether Vial, but at the same time, like he's not trying to counter spells anyway, so he's not as afraid of it, I guess.
I agree, but I think it's a reasonable momentum card.
Right.
And he's got, all of this stuff. What do we have that we might not like in our deck? That's actually a big deal.
Yeah, Mirren Crusader, decent threat. Doesn't have Pro Blue, but still decent threat. Decent to stick around.
I guess,
Gatekeeper seems good still.
These cards all seem reasonable. I'd only really question... Mirren Crusader seems pretty loose because it's not going to be able to effectively get through anything.
Right.
Its first strike should never actually kill a creature before the creature can kill it back. So that's like a 3-mana trade.
Yeah.
So I see us probably wanting to get rid of that. I like the one-up Elspeth, honestly. I think being able to go over the flyer, the ground guys with flying is pretty handy.
I know Kibler loves an Elspeth in Legacy, and I know he talked about that all the way back in San Jose, talking about how much he wanted to play Elspeth in Legacy, and I think it's starting to catch on with more players playing Elspeths. She was great in Standard, and now that Mental Misstep has slowed the format down a little bit, 4-mana Planeswalkers are not so crazy. Even 4-mana non-Jace Planeswalkers.
The only thing Joe seems to have are Dismembers.
Yeah.
All of his other cards are pretty pinpoint targeted against opponents. Ravenous Trap, Pithing Needle, Energy Flux, Hydroblast, Lawan. Those are not going to do anything here, but
yeah, so
Dismembers, pretty reasonable way to get rid of a Dark Confidant.
Yeah, that Phyrexian Metamorph was it's just an interesting inclusion. So looks like Travis only brought in Swords to Plowshares. So
I believe that Metamorph is taking the spot of the Bullet Spell Pierce that Alex Bertoncini loves to run.
Yeah, could be.
I've seen that Spell Pierce counter some nasty spells, I'm not going to lie. But I'm sure the Metamorph can do some pretty unique things. Like in that game, copying the Confidant might have actually been enough.
Right. Copying Batterskull is... I bet you that was his primary idea. Was I think I'm going to see a lot of Batterskulls, a lot of Stoneblade. Stoneblade seems to be getting more and more popular. Figures if I can't... typically Merfolk is pretty cold to the Batterskull. So if he can copy a Batterskull, at least it gives him a little more game.
Just stress their mana, trade off, keep your life total reasonable while you try and build a board of lords.
Right. So I would think that may be what he's thinking. He may have actually gotten that idea from Bertoncini. I haven't seen. Maybe Bertoncini decided to go with the Bullet Metamorph instead of the Spell Pierce. I don't. Bertoncini stayed with Joe this weekend.
Yeah.
So they.
I see. He gave Alex credit as the deck designer.
Yeah.
So that might be the case. Both players shuffling in a trance-like state. All right.
So Travis, he actually went back to the sideboard and added two Revokers. So he decides he does want to.
He does Bitter Blossoms and a Gatekeeper. Not at all what we thought.
Yeah, I would have thought the Gatekeepers would have been worth keeping.
Gatekeeper seems
especially.
strictly superior to Mirren Crusader, to be totally honest.
Yeah, maybe he's just not. He wasn't thinking about the Mirren Crusaders as being kind of just a 3-mana trade. He's got double judge or triple judge.
Triple Vindicate, Swords to Plowshares.
He's got answers.
It's a slow hand, but the swords makes it maybe reasonable. With Joe mulliganing, I think we can keep it okay. If Joe had not mulliganed, I think this hand would be a pretty tough keep, honestly. You're just playing attrition against the Merfolk deck, and that's fine. The Merfolk doesn't have a lot of card advantage, but like if he just leads off with a pair of Silvergill Adepts, you're just ice cold.
Right.
This hand will be easily crushed by that. Like Silvergill Adept, anything.
Yeah. I know Travis is pretty partial to those Judge Promo Vindicates, so I know that's got to be skewing his opinion too, because he just loves. I was playing against him, playtesting, and he had just got those. This was just a couple weeks ago, and he played it and he just left it on the table. He's like, I just want to leave it there because I want to look at it, and I'm like, all right, wait a second, keep this to the side a little bit because I keep getting confused why there's a Vindicate on the table.
Vindicate's one of those cards that is also incredibly strong against a mulliganing opponent because you know that they're down a card and you will be able to handle anything they play.
Did Joe not draw lands?
Joe got in his Pithing Needles, I note. Perhaps as a solution to equipment. It's not an especially effective one, but it might get there.
He may have 2 islands, maybe one all the way in the back of his hand, but
well,
he's taking a look here. It's 6.
I think you might be right on that one. Oh no. I think I do see a second.
Yeah, I think he's got those Urza Saga Lightning Bolt Islands that.
Pithing Needle. What are we
Pithing
naming?
Needle? Yeah. What does he name? See, I mean, he knows Travis's list, so he may name Elspeth.
We'll get the name in a second. I don't think he'd name the Bullet Elspeth. I think he has to name like. I don't think you play it on turn 1. I think you have to wait for him to do something first.
Yeah.
Oh, what a card! Him to Torok. That makes this hand awesome.
Right on. Okay, he named the
Sword of Fire and Ice.
Red Blue Sword. Yeah. Sword of Fire and Ice.
Him to Torok has actually just put Travis way ahead in this game. Him against any mulligan is always very strong.
Yeah, so Joe
Home Commander is gonna go farming at the end of the turn.
Grab a pitchfork and some overalls.
Now, is he gonna search up a basic land or a scrub land? He already has a scrub land, so I guess we probably just go ahead and get a scrub land since we already have one.
Scrubland and I mean, if he wants to swords and then follow it up with him, the obviously Scrubland seems like the only option. So swords for the Coral Helm Commander.
And then we're just gonna untap and him.
Yeah. Oh, he just drew another him.
Yep.
Him, I win.
It's gonna be close. It's a tight game.
Yeah.
Anyone could win it.
Him, you. Joe, I think, has
We
Dismember.
can force to keep our Dismember, but I think Dismember's one of the cards we're okay with losing to him here, so that doesn't make any sense. Yep, alright, we're gonna let him go.
Yeah.
Little does Joe know he's just gonna get himmed again.
Right.
All of those cards are not good to be keeping here, so.
Alright. Force and Dismember.
Force and Dismember.
He keeps what, Coral Helm Commander?
Yep, those were the 2 cards we wanted him to hit if we could pick.
Yeah, it's true.
So I guess we're probably not himming next turn. We're just vindicating Coral Helm Commander.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine.
Yeah, Joe just has mental misstep in hand, so.
Oh, what do you know? I still think we just go ahead and vindicate. We're so far ahead, we don't really need to.
Right. No reason to. Yeah. I would like to Judge Promo Vindicate that Coral Helm Commander. And pass it back to Joe. Joe has doubled his hand size with that draw step.
Curse Catcher. Alright, we're
Catcher.
probably going to let that one ride.
Yeah, that's, is that another?
Gatekeeper.
Okay, Gatekeeper.
Alright, maybe not.
Yeah.
That guy might be dead.
Oh,
I actually think I like playing Confidant a little better than Curse Catcher here, or than Gatekeeper and Curse Catcher here, but this is one of those spots where it's pretty hard to actually make a play that's going to lose you the game. Your opponent's so far behind, all the plays are putting you ahead.
So
identifying
Travis
the correct
agrees
one
with
is
you.
actually kind of hard.
Yeah, which ridiculous play should I make?
Drawing a spell he can't cast, Big Ed Joe is now ripe to get himmed once again.
What did he draw?
He drew Rijuri.
Okay.
So
Bob is kind to Travis there, showing him a Verdant Catacombs.
he could probably reveal Batterskulls for the rest of this game and be okay, though. So.
Batterskull, Elspeth.
It would not be so bad.
Yeah. It's unfortunate Joe can't seem to get into this game, but Travis just had... I mean, it looks like he just has everything that he needs to strip Joe's hand of
These
any
hymns are
threats.
just really good draws against a mulliganing opponent. One of the big reasons to play any hymn deck is the giant advantage you get when your opponent is forced to mulligan, especially on the fly.
So that's a hymn. I probably win. I mean... if Joe draws a Jockle Hops here and can play it for free...
So we've got our life totals are a little off right now, but we've got 18 up.
Yeah.
Big Ed Joe decides he wants to try and keep that confident off his back, and that's probably going to be the clincher. Stoneforge Mystic.
Stoneforge Mystic off of the Dark Confidant.
We can go Stoneforging for a Batterskull and bludgeon our opponent to death in short order. We fear no counterspell in Merfolk at this time, which is nice.
As bad as this is going for Joe, he's got to walk away happy in that he's in a feature match playing against his roommate in Baltimore, you know, our hometown. He's, I mean, I'm pretty happy about it. So, you know, these are both friends of mine, so it's pretty cool. And he got happy birthday on camera. What does it say?
Something about things and they're looking down.
Totally couldn't see that, Joe. You have to hold that up to the camera next time, or is he gonna do that now? Oh, no, he's not.
The message has been lost to time.
Yeah, he'll have to just tell me what it is. Maybe we'll tweet it later. But
it's fetched.
I think.
Did we fetch a Plains with our Verdant Catacombs? I think we fetched a Plains with Verdant Catacombs here. Because we had a swamp in play before. Yeah. So, it's not like a big difference here, but that's not what that land does.
Yeah, I'm getting a heads up about that.
I'm not crazy, right? Like, we did fetch Plains? Just checking. I've been crazy before, so...
I know, I was trying to read that message, and... Joe ran the distraction while Travis was able to cheat, you know. They're in cahoots.
Yeah. You definitely played Scrubland, Swamp, Scrubland in this game, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was double Scrubland. I just can't remember.
He had Swamp on turn 2, because that's what he himmed with.
That's right, you're right. So it must have been Plains. Well... Okay. Judge. All right. That's not how you call it.
I mean, we called the judge on. We know, dude. we made the call. I don't know what the actual fix for this will be. I don't imagine it'll be a big deal. Yeah,
It doesn't seem like it matters, especially because he didn't even cast a white spell off of it either. I mean, not that it should be correct, but...
Yeah, we're just going to shuffle it back in and find the legal card, since it doesn't actually change anything.
Then play my artifact?
Yeah, we didn't get very far, so... Alright, Scrubland.
Yeah, fine.
I was about to say, like, the only reason Plains would be better than Scrubland is if our opponent draws 3 Wastelands and isn't dead yet.
Yeah.
And I don't really think that's a theoretical possibility in this game.
So now does he play Revoker?
Yep. And I imagine we will still name Coral Home Commander.
Name Coral Home Commander, right.
As Aether Vial makes very little sense. I suppose you could logically think to name Umazawa's Jitte if you didn't know every card in your opponent's deck.
Yeah.
Because Jitte could be one of the cards that would claw him back into this game. Theoretically. Dismember on Stoneforge Mystic?
They got a warning, by the way, just to let you guys know. So, Bob, again, very kind in showing a land on top. I gotta say, Travis really must have a good relationship with Bob, because whenever I play against him, he's always revealing lands, it seems like.
I have a good relationship with Bob. I don't get to play with him that often, but he always reveals, like, the biggest card in my opponent's deck, like, about 80% of the time.
Oh, when you're playing against him,
yeah. So it's like, thanks, buddy.
Thanks. I just have a one of Colossus of Sardia. As long as I don't hit. Oh.
I won an entire match exclusively with Dark Confidant damage once, actually. It was at States when I was playing Solar Flare. I was playing the black-red deck. It remains one of my funnier magical moments. A plethora of riches for Travis, trying to decide what to do. I mean, there aren't really any bad choices. Exactly. I imagine we just... I guess we'll just Gatekeeper. Start the beats.
Exactly. Why not?
You could just cast Batterskull here. Like, I guess you're risking days, but... Even just vindicating an island is actually a pretty strong play.
Yeah. So Joe just has a mental misstep and a polluted Delta in hand, it looks like.
Oh, we're going to drop that Delta. And then we're going to pass the turn.
Yeah. So, he's going to smash for half his life total. Travis is going to smash for half of Joe's life total this turn. Oh, there's
maybe a little more.
Yeah, but there's Bob saying, "Here, I need to hurt you a little bit," while giving you one of the best cards in your deck. Also, so Elspeth revealed off the top from Bob. By the way, if those of you didn't recognize the card, that's the dual deck Elspeth.
Like we're just gonna cast her,
and there she is, Elspeth Knight Errant.
I imagine we'll just jump a dude.
You ever seen a Gatekeeper fly? Boom. Joe down to 3. Not likely he can do anything about this at this point.
No, I mean, he could obviously just top deck, go get, Volcanic Island, Fire Spout.
There you go.
Back in it.
Right on, right on.
From nothing.
Yeah, why is he playing Phyrexian Metamorph and not Fire Spout? Come on.
I don't think I like the Boarding and Pithy Needle here. Your opponent just has so many bullets. Like, all of his activated ability cards are all one-ofs.
Yeah.
And he can tutor for almost all of them. It's just so grim to try and get there with it.
Yeah, and at least, like you said, holding back at least until waiting until something's actually a problem. Like, he fetches the sword with the Stoneforge Mystic, and there we go.
Plus, it's a dead card to lose to Hymn to Torok.
Yeah, exactly. Why not? I mean,
board in the blanks, discard into hymns, look like a professional.
Yeah, that was the plan. Make my deck more resilient against Hymn to Torok.
Have worse cards in it.
He puts the happy birthday on the table. Just
quite proud of his Lord of Atlantis.
Yeah. So here we are back in the booth. Glenn Jones. I'm Joey Pasco here in Baltimore for the Star City Games Open Series. We're here covering Legacy. That was round 1.
Round 1.
Travis Hunt
Dead Guy Ale.
Defeats Joe, Big Head Joe Panuska. Travis playing Dead Guy Ale versus Merfolk, as you mentioned. And really, Joe couldn't get into the game there, but
nope.
I think he's happy anyway.
Two pretty strong blowouts, I would say.
Yeah, just for being featured there. So,
well, I'm going to go try and track down some features.
All right, sounds
Sweet
good.
decks. I've already heard Ali Antrazi was looking for Hornegreeds.
So, yeah, that's right.
That's promising.
We heard a little bit about that. Yeah. So
I'll let Jacob get back in the booth.
All right, we're actually going to go on a quick break, and we'll be right back.